Hello, Juan Yenser here. Today, we're going to do our first Fantasy Football League draft of the year. So, what we're going to do is show people if they signed up for NFL Fantasy Football, one of the prize leagues. This one happens to be a Jersey league. This is how you would end up going about it. First off, you're going to sign up and pick a league and pick a start and date, a start time on a specific date, and then you're going to pick your team name, and then you're going to wait. You'll get your notification whatever amount of days that you request it. For me, it was a day. And then within a half an hour of your draft, you will go to your league, and this is what it'll show. And then you're going to click on Enter Now, and it's going to load. And it takes a couple seconds. Then you're going to find out when the draft begins up here in 1 minute and 44 seconds. I have the 7th pick out of 10. And this is a snake draft. So once it gets down to 10, 10 goes again. And then 9 is 12, and 8 is 13, and 14. So it'll be interesting because we just had Zeke's suspension come down. So, and you know how sometimes suspensions can be. So I'm not real sure what I'm going to do here. If he's available when I pick at 7, I might just take Zeke. But I might also just take LeSean McCoy because I know that he'll be there. But you don't know when it comes to Ezekiel. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I might actually just take him with the 7th pick. Thinking that the suspension may not happen this year if they get legal about everything. But, you know, Zeke put up a bunch of numbers last year outside of David Johnson, and the next best was LeSean. So, draft begins in 9 seconds, and here we go. You can also make this bigger, and you see more stats. David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell. If there's a particular player that you want, like to save, you would go and you can add him to your Kire. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but you would click that and it would go up there. So if he comes up and he's available, you can just click on him and good to go. It's easy. If you don't want a player and you want to get rid of him, you just click the X and he'll go away. This guy that's on the clock must be having issues, or he's doing the auto pick. The auto pick is down here. If that's what you want to do and you're leaving early, then please hit the auto pick. But the problem is when you go through the auto pick, the first time around, it goes down to the very end. All that for Antonio Brown. Ooh, LeSean is gone. You know what? I think I'm going to take Zeke. And I'm just going to load up the running backs at the beginning. I hate passing him up and then nothing happens with the suspension and you got somebody. Oh, I need a drink.
Your team is now on the clock.
I took Ezekiel Elliott, even though he might be suspended the first 6 weeks of the year. I don't know why.
Why might he be suspended?
Domestic violence. Yeah, I would have taken DeMarco.
Your team is now on the clock.
You know, I'm loading up on running backs because there's still a ton of wide receivers. Wow. Where? Going early. Little run on running backs. Sorry, I was trying to eat a little bit of a meal here. See who running backs are left. You know what? This might be early for me to do it, but if one of the top quarterbacks are there, either Rodgers or Brady, I'm going for it. Nobody's really paying attention to the quarterbacks right now. I bet you as soon as one of them is gone, people are going to start making a run for it. Oh, I need my quarterback. And the numbers posted by the top 5. You know, I might as well grab one now. Aaron Rodgers or Brady. Wouldn't be surprised me if the guy picks in front of me picks Brady. He's a Patriots fan. There's actually 3 picks before me, so it wouldn't surprise me. So if Rodgers or Brady's not there, I'll probably move on to a different player. Probably back to a running back. Me personally, I always kind of pay attention to the bye weeks of players because you don't want to find out in the middle of the draft that all your players are off on 1 week and you're going to have to drop somebody you probably don't want to drop. So do your homework. You know, the running backs might be coming up. And there you go. There's a running back. Ooh, Gronk. Round 3, 25th pick overall. Let's see. It's nice because you can click
Your
around.
team is now
Oh.
on the clock.
My team is now on the clock. So, I am going to go with, let's see. We're going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Let's see if the nice little run of quarterbacks happens now while I grab a couple bites to eat. See, people are starting to think now, do I want to go with a quarterback? I can piss people off if Brady's still there and take him too. Well, everybody's still bouncing around all over. Tight end, wide receiver, quarterback, wide receiver, running back. Terrell Pryor, local guy from Jeanette. Well, people will probably think, oh, you know what? If he won't pick a quarterback, I should take somebody else. philosophy. I'm a Pittsburgher, but I think Joe Mixon's going to do well for Cincinnati this year. I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill if he's still available. Mainly because I like touchdowns, and he didn't play a whole heck of a lot, and he had 9. And they do a lot of that stuff where he comes running across right before the ball is hiked, and then they just give it to him. People are slow today. The reason why I'd go with Tyreek is because I really don't like a lot of the other receivers that are above him. I like people like Martavis and Deshaun Jackson. Guys down here a little bit lower. Brandon Marshall, I think, is going to have a nice year. Come on, guys.
Your team is now on the clock.
Frank Gore. Waited a minute 30 for Frank Gore. There, I'll make my pick nice and quick. Tyreek Hill. Oh, there goes Brady. 36 pick. Ton of wide receivers still. Good tight ends there too. No. I have Aaron Rodgers, so what should I end up doing? Because I'm a hookup guy. I mean, there's Devontae Adams. And there's the tight end that they just got. If Joe Mixon is there, I'm taking him. If Joe Mixon's not there, I'm taking Adrian Peterson. I'm sorry, I'm one of the ones that believes Adrian Peterson is just going to be a beast in New Orleans. That way, whenever they get up by 4 touchdowns, they don't have to keep throwing the ball. Can actually run the clock out. Demaryius Thomas. Delvin Cook. Even the top player they have listed is Joe Mixon right now. Snap it back down, you can see a little bit more. Man, some people take forever I mean, how can you put out $49.99 to play in an autographed jersey league and not come
Your
prepared?
team is now on the clock.
Alright, some people may not like this, but I am going with the Peterson. Yep. Injured Bilal Powell, injured Gillislee, injured, not sold on Montgomery. Ingram has Peterson around. Lacey has a lot of people around that can take carries away from him if he even becomes number one. Not sold on Perkins. I've had Abdullah a couple years now and didn't have anything. Doug Martin, who knows what's going to happen with him once he comes back. In fact, Quiz is one of the guys that I'll tuck away. Tell you what, I got like 3 running backs right now. And I think if he's going to be there next time around, I'm going with one of my hookups is Devontae Adams. Well, Drew Brees, Sammy Watkins was the 50th player. Amir Abdullah of the Lions just got taken. Oh. I'm going to have like the all suspension team with if I get Martavis. Yeah, but I love Jordan Reed, but he is a concussion problem. Randall Cobb, whatever happened to him? Well, their top-rated player right now is Jordan Reed. He just went somewhere. I think it was for his foot. Guy's always injured, man. He produces all the time when he plays, but he is a concussion waiting to happen. There's a
Your team is now on the clock.
bunch of people left. All right, Martavis. I'm expecting big things from you. You were a touchdown machine before you ended up getting suspended, so I'm going to hit the joint and pray that you end up stay sober and collect me a lot of points. Wonder if anybody's going to take Josh Gordon this year. Tell you what, I don't know how you can wait this long to make a draft pick. I mean, I'm eating and doing a bunch of other stuff and have no problem doing it. Let's go wide. A lot of quarterbacks left. Not a lot of concrete running backs. I'd like to know what's going on in the Jets. I'll tell you that, because Forte used to be a beast, and they're actually saying Powell's going to have more than him this year. Gillislee's injured. I had Ty. He had two good games, and then didn't do anything. They're all chances now. See, doing this early has issues. I mean, because like Dion Lewis is like one of those starting running backs listed. Which Golden Tate will show up this year? See, I like people like Brandon Marshall down here. I mean, Terrell Williams did a hell of a job last year when he had to come in and be the #1 guy. Benjamin. What do you do with Larry Fitzgerald this year, huh? And Edelman, because they have like 63,000 people that they can throw to. He gets the ball though. Just didn't have any touchdowns last year. And this year they're saying he's not going to have a lot of touchdowns either. 6. Oh, if he puts those stats up, that's a worthy pick right here. Tell you what, everybody thinks that Brandon Marshall Eifert. I was looking at him silently. Some decent tight ends up there. I like Martellus. They're not projecting anything for him, but I like him. Graham just went. Matt Ryan, Eifert, Gillislee. Wow, who'd have taken the running backs?
Your team is now on the clock.
Oh, Edelman. Usually not a Julian Edelman fan, but he gets the balls at times. Those little 1-yard outs. Still need a running back, huh? I only have 3. I like that Adrian Peterson pickup. See, I need a tight end. Do I take it now and get my hookup? Coming back here. Going with Martellus. We'll go down small again. People are taking forever. Why? Hello? I don't think he's going to go downhill, being that he's playing for a better quarterback, or as good a quarterback as he will this year. I get that he's a tight end and still blocks, but come on. I mean, I got him at the Delaney is a beast. When he was injured, he always had like an ankle injury last year. I'm saying that he's going to go down this year. I find that hard to believe, being that Mariota would be his man all year. See, I'm a Pittsburgher, and I always have trouble picking people from Baltimore. Man, these people, you never know what you're getting. It's interesting to see that Tevin Coleman had as many points as he did last year. Latavius Murray. Oh, who I want to take. I mean, you like to know that the guy's number 1. Tevin's not number 1. Rob Kelly's number 1. Ooh, they're calling for him to be a 1,000-yard rusher this year. See some really good players still out there. And I'm sorry, I'm still somebody that's a big Brandon Marshall fan. I hate to say it, but Rob Kelly is a starter. And if you're a starter, I think it's too early to take a tight end. And watch, I'll wait around, and I won't get Martellus, and he's the one that I want. I'm going to go with Kelly. Because we just don't know who else is there. I mean, they got Perrine, but I don't believe he's good. They have them side by side down here. And I'm not a Jets fan.
Your team is now on the clock.
Oh, Russell Wilson got taken. You know what? I'm going to go with Martellus. And that's just to get it out of the way because I want to hook up. And that's the hookup that I want. To my sleeper though is this Kareem Hunt dude. Alright, let's stick him up in my Kiri. Or Quay. Or Kuya. Kuya. Kya. Not real sure. It's gonna be a while before I do anything. Yep, there goes Powell. I was almost thinking of taking him. People are drafting slow. You shouldn't get past a minute. Been forever since I drafted and nobody else is drafting. Hello, help. I don't know how long my battery's gonna last. We've been drafting for about 37 minutes now. Golden Tate. Tell you what, if this is points per reception league, I'd probably take Danny Woodhead. There's some names up here. How far he's down. McFadden. Yeah. Alright, a bunch of people are taking forever. That's the way the airflow is going. People are taking freaking forever to make picks like Darren McFadden and Bilal Powell. I have? Somebody just took the wide receiver that I wanted. Ted Ginn is starting out in New Orleans. That's why it's just so hard to pick this early, because you don't know who's doing what necessarily right now. What will Deshaun do? I get like Deshaun every year. Oh, Pierre, Deshaun, all my wideouts are going. Well, then you got to go to running back. Or tight end Delaney Walker, but I already have Bennett, and they had both the same bye week. So I can't, and I don't pick my kicker and my defense until the end of the draft, the last 2 rounds. But I might be persuaded to take the Chiefs, because they're always... Watch, I bet you if I took the Chiefs, usually I kind of try to go with like New England because their division stinks. But Kansas City's got freaking phenomenal defense, period. They got rushers, they got defensive backs, good linebackers. Kind of talking myself into getting them right now. There's Delaney Walker, he's gone. I wonder if I did it right now, people would start like jumping all over the place. I also like defenses that have bye weeks late, so if something happens I can just get rid of them. Okay, so what do you think will happen if I took a defense? Sleeper D right there, Pittsburgh Steelers. Always been a Chiefs defensive fan for fantasy. Perkins, Fitzgerald, Martin, Winston, Jameis. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about ready to go.
Your team is now on the
draft.
clock.
Oh, there we go. Broncos, Chiefs. Man, I really wish I knew what was going on. I'm going quiz. I could take another quarterback and tick people off and take like Kirk Cousins. Oh, I guess I'm not going to go with Cousins. He just got taken. Wow. I'm going to go with Rob Kelly. Well, I'm not taking Rob Kelly. Might take Danny Woodhead then. They're saying James White is never going to have 165 points. Never. Bunch of people left. Let's go wide. See, I think Decker's going to be a
Your
surprising.
team is now on the clock.
Oh, as soon as I say it, Jesus, keep my mouth shut. Rob Kelly, I want it. He's gone. Eric Decker, he's gone. I'm going to take Danny Woodhead then. Slow. Let's see. I got quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, another running back, another wide receiver, another running back, and a D. So I have 4 bench players and a kicker. Kicker will be last since I went abnormal on myself and took the Chiefs way earlier, but I fell in love. I'm sorry, I did. I fell in love. And nobody's made a pick since I went with Woodhead. Oh, there goes Willie Snead. A bunch of who? What will they do? Alright, anybody want to tell me who I should go with next? Con Treadwell's supposed to be having a good camp. He's way down here. Can be like a late pick. Macklin in Baltimore. Brett in Cleveland. Randall Cobb used to be so much higher up. I should take him just for the hookup. Shepard. Being flanked by the 2 wide receivers he's going to be flanked by. Might be a nice pickup. Come on, people. Look at this. This guy's going down. I hope you're automatic picking now. You went with Hunt. Nice pick. Kareem Hunt, Texans. Cam Newton. Don't really need a tight end. And this would be way too early for a kicker. Take a quarterback. As a backup, I like Dak. Rodgers, he's at 8th. So I can't pick somebody with the 8th. So Eli Manning, Carson Palmer, Blake Bortles. You guys aren't even in discussion. I like guys that can get out of the pocket too. So people like Tyrod Taylor, even though he's injured all the time. Dak. I mean, Dak and Tyrod had the most rushing touchdowns. Meredith, 101st player picked. Seattle's defense. Jeremy Hill. Wow. Dak had a pretty good year, point-wise. We blew away a bunch of people, including Big Ben, who just got taken. I'm gonna not say anybody. You gotta have a good backup, because if you do, then people might want to come and trade you for them. And since I can't go 8 as far as a bye week, then Theo Riddick just got taken after Roethlisberger.
Your team is now on the clock.
Matt Forte just got taken. I'm taking Dak. You can't go back with Dak. All right. Theo Riddick. Every year, supposed to do something. Let's see, Corey Davis, top-rated player on the board. I don't know who I want. Honestly, I think I know who I'm going to take, just because I have other at that position. Got Elliott, Howard, and Woodhead, Peterson. Running backs are getting low. There's still wide receivers out there. Some people would be looking just to get the kicker out of the way. There's so many decent kickers, though. Somebody just took John Brown, from wide receiver from Arizona. Hunter Henry, gone. Hunter Henry. And Gates hasn't even been taken yet. Sleeper here, even though he's not much of a sleeper. Brait. Got 114 points last year. 8 touchdowns. He was a touchdown machine. Machine. I need a running back. I'm going to go with Quiz. Jaquez. Because I believe he's going to be starting the first 3 weeks. Last year I really liked TJ Yeldon. He's like 3rd string now. But he's rated higher than Chris Ivory. Except for he doesn't have as many points. That doesn't make any sense. So Chris Ivory has 111 potential points. And TJ Yeldon has 45.83, which is under half. And Chris Ivory's not listed higher. Isn't that interesting? Marlon Mack. Like to see what him at by the end of camp. Man, these people just leave it on auto draft. See, they're deliberately trying to mess with stuff. Okay, so I got me another running back. I went with Jaquez or whatever. So I think I need another wideout. Because I only have Hill, Bryant, and Edelman, and that's not good enough. I need 2. Yeah, 2 wide receivers. Wide receiver, kicker. Oh, wow. Might just take John Ross just for the hell of it. Right, there's always a rookie that comes out and does really well. He supposedly has all the speed in the world. Let's see if he's there. When it's my time. Cooper Kupp. Cup it with your hands, Cooper. I still like him too. I can't believe they're only giving him 31. They're gonna double the outsides and he's gonna go streaking down the middle. And they're not even gonna notice him because he's streaking. He's naked. That's it. Nobody will be paying attention. And once again, we're in slow motion. People are just taking people now. Like Darren Sproles, Macklin, Williams, which I think is a good pick. Honestly, didn't he get injured? He was kicking butt last year. first week at like 200 yards and then do anything afterwards. Cobb. I can always go with Cobb as another hookup. Was he 8? Wide receivers aren't 8. Yeah, you know what? I'll give him one more try. Unless I want to go with Richard. I had him last year. All he did was catch touchdowns.
Your team is now on the clock.
Oh, my team. I'm going with Cobb, and then coming back, I'm going with Ross. If he's there, see what kind of hype he has. I thought about Tyler Lockett because he does a bunch. Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills. Man, there is a bunch of people. A couple years ago, Allen Hurns was all the rage. Funches. Man, there's a bunch of people down here. All of a sudden, Tennessee might get some weapons. The kickers are starting to go. Giants defense went. Thielen, wide receiver. Bryant, kicker. Bailey, kicker. Murray went after I picked Cobb. See, but there's a ton of kickers left. Ton of them. They all basically had almost the same amount. Yeah, I'm not taking Boswell this year. Steelers run too many 2-point conversions for me to. Hopkins, booyah last year. And Jason Myers had 7, so did Vinatieri. And Vinatieri might not be a bad person to pick up just because his bye weeks is 11.
Your team is now on the clock.
Somebody took who I wanted, so we're gonna go with Ross. John Ross is like my 5th wide receiver. Now I just need a kicker. And then after this all wraps up, I'll show you what ends up happening. We'll see how the kickers start going. Wow. I have no clue who I want to take. To go with points from last year, I mean, Carlos Santos, if he's still there, he probably won't be. No, Gano. They get their act together again, he'll be up there kicking. And he's 11th. See, this is where it starts getting stupid, because if you're just picking people because it's what round that they have their bye. I mean, Caleb Sturgis. Projected. There's Mason, but I don't need everybody on my team being in Green Bay. Well, let's see who's there. Obviously, I need to take a kicker. And I've had these kickers all on my team for a long time. I had Caleb. I wouldn't mind having Caleb again. Vinatieri's going to get old one year. Will it be this year? And Hopkins was number 1 last year. Wow, most extra points kicked last year was Will Lutz. There goes Santos. I don't want Huska. I like Buffalo. I get too much different weather. Indoor kickers are always good. What will Blair Walsh do? Resurrecting his career. Willie Irwani in Seattle. You know what? I'm going to go with Hopkins. I'm going to go with somebody I'm going to have to get rid of earlier in the year. I'm going to go with the Week 5 people. Seven. Adam Vinatieri, 7. Matt Prater, 7. Prater's not a bad pick, too. He's indoor. They have a
Your
good
team
offense.
is now on the clock.
McManus, Gano. Who should I take? I'm going to go with Hopkins. Okay, so there it is. That's my team. Now what we're going to see is what happens once the league ends. Drafting and what you can do. So hold on tight. Oh, 3 more picks. Wish they would go quicker. Because nobody's picked since I picked Hopkins with the, oh, there it goes, Marvin Jones, Washington. Or, sorry, wide receiver, Detroit. I saw WR and thought it was Washington Redskins. Joe Williams, running back, San Francisco. Okay, the final pick of the draft.
Thanks for attending the NFL
Oh,
Draft.
he took who?
Best of luck this season.
Oh, I hate that. See? You'd have to go back and remember who was the last pick. Alright, so there's my team. Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott with Elliott, Howard, Peterson, Woodhead, and Rodgers as my running backs. My wide receivers are Tyreek Hill, Martavis Bryant, Edelman, Cobb, and John Ross. Not real happy with them. Like my running backs potentially, though. I still think Peterson is going to be a beast. Tight end is Bennett. My kicker is Hopkins, and the defense is Chiefs. I mean, I had number 1 point people in Rodgers, Elliott almost. And Chiefs and Hopkins last year. So I know it all looks good right now. It's not how you do it with the draft. It's how you do it when you maintain the whole year and the pickups that you make. You win your everything if you're paying attention and pick up players. So pay attention. Know when you're, I think it's Wednesday at midnight for this league. You put your picks in Tuesday night, and a lot of people aren't thinking about it yet. And all of a sudden Wednesday comes, and you got the person that somebody like just found out that is now the starter over somebody they have on their team, and you are paying more attention, and you're near a computer. So that's what you got to do. So there's my team. It's my first of the year. I went with people who I knew. I went with names, and I want to see what happens with the rest of training camp, because it's still only August 14th, 2017. So now that your team has been drafted, you click on my team, and it'll show you and put them in a starting position. And then what you can do is say you wanted Adrian Peterson to start over Ezekiel. You drag, and then you can pick wide receiver or running back for whomever you might need, depending on if Zeke is not. Yeah, my team is a starter team, and there's not, I got Quiz probably not going to be there past week 3 unless he dominates. Woodhead, I have no clue, so we'll see with that. Cobb, hopefully he'll do better than last year. Edelman always seems to get a lot of catches, but not really the touchdowns over the years. And John Ross is a who knows. So we will see when it comes down to that. I think Martavis is going to be a beast, because I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Howard was one of the top fantasy running backs, period, last year, and he didn't get the job right away. Peterson, I think, he's Adrian Peterson. Same with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not so sure. I haven't checked everybody else. You can pick your little logo. See, I'm Dingleberry, so there's my little logo. And there you have it. That's what it'll look like. And depending on if you had other players, it'd be underneath here if you had 2 kickers or 2 defense. I just don't. I don't value them as much, the defense I do. But if Hopkins does nothing, I take him out and put somebody else in. There's always kickers out there. Most people only carry 1. You can click on your league. And you're back here, and everybody has a waiver claim right over here. And everybody who they're playing, like I'm playing Go Bucks, so you want to click on that. This will be updated live. I'm going against Ben Roethlisberger with Sean McCoy. Lamar Miller, Cooper, Thomas, Graham, Mixon. Not a bad team. This team could give some trouble. Got some good backups too. I like his team better than mine. But that's what it would look like if they were playing. It would tell you what's going on up here, have stats and highlights here, and then you'd be actually up to what they consider the official. It's unofficial until it's official. So, man, we will have to see. I'm good if Elliott starts and Peterson is Adrian Peterson. So, I mean, Mixon, first game out, he's going against Baltimore, and they got a tough defense. Philly, Washington, no. Peterson starting out his year against Minnesota, at Minnesota. Wow, is that true? Oh, they don't have it yet. Oh, I gotta check that. It says at Minnesota. I don't know though. We'll have to see. That'll be something. Tell me he's not going to be pumped for that if he ends up playing the first game back is starting off in Minnesota. Alright, so that's that. That's what it looks like. That's how it is. That's what it will always be. I'm not going to show you everything. I will show you. You go to players, and they show you who the available players are. I mean, can you believe Andy Dalton and Tyrod are there? They're always there last year. There's some good players out here that are just sitting there. I mean, look, Kenny Stills is out there still. See, this is where you can play mix and match when it comes down to it. I think I should pick up Shepard, get rid of somebody because my team is horrible. But as you can see, there is a lot here to choose from, so. And that's it. This is where you go and you click join league. And then you pick, I won a couple last year, so I have NFL winners here. I don't know if everybody else does prize league. You click here and they have the dates and times of everything. And unlike other years, all the drafts are on one particular day. Like, say, August 29th, right here. 4 o'clock, August 29th, 4 o'clock. August 29th, 4 o'clock. So, last year and every year before, they would just have drafts all over the place. You could draft every night if you wanted to. You can't really draft every night anymore. But this year, this is what they have to choose from. Autographed Jersey League, Championship ring, autographed NFL football. I've won all of these. I won the challenge flag down here last year. They don't give you any COA with it. Same with this. I never won an autographed mini helmet. And a coin I have. I won 2 coins last year. So they're kind of cool, even though the coins were from 2014 and were the Oakland Raiders. You would think that maybe they would try to get, being that somebody has an address in Pittsburgh, I guess it's tough to assume that they would want something Pittsburghish, but maybe they should give you an option like they do with autographed football and autographed jersey. They give you a little list of players that you can choose from. So that's what you're looking at this year. Hopefully your state allows it. Pennsylvania still does. Gotta love it. Won't move unless I have to, because I love playing fantasy and it gives me something to do. And I don't necessarily think that it's as it is gambling, but it's a different form of gambling. I mean, I'm one of the ones that don't think that you can be brilliant all you want, but you still need that person to do something. And if Ben Roethlisberger steps back and takes a knee, you're minus points again. So if you were winning by 1, you were just losing by 1 potentially. So, all right, there you have it. Thank you. Watch for some other videos that I might be doing with other leagues that we're playing in. All right, thanks. Bye.